dancing in the sand. Can I vent out my truth? I got nothing to lose. I got problems and proofs. I can swim with my fate. Cameras moving whenever I'm moving. The family suing whatever I make. Murder is stacking. The president acting. The government taxing my funds in the bank. Homies ejecting the fence when I'm breaking. Look at my reaction. My pupils on skates. Hold up, hold up.
Let's think about this for a second. Tell me what you would do for steady. When you show your show, no credit. When you show your bro for leverage.
What a hypocrite said. What community feel they the only ones relevant? What a hypocrite said. What community feel they the only ones relevant? You out of pocket, yeah, you out of pocket. You entertain the mediocre, need to stop it. You entertaining old friends when they toxic. What your life like? You gossip. What the fuck is council culture, dog? Say what I want about you. I'm like Oprah, dog. I treat you like I'm Jigga. Watch I own it all. Oh, you worry about a critic? That ain't protocol.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth. Then I might hop through the roof. Count on the rings, stuff. My team is the truth, but they some liars to you. And they never sing, huh? But they always shoot. And all of their diamonds are new. And that's why I'm here with villain, cause I really get it. And I need all my honeys in blue. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. Make a choice. I need 100 pack for my boys. Deep be hating and talking and hating. I bet you I kill the noise. I've been a man like I'm painting. I boost up my rating. You know how I play with toys. Pop out on any occasion, get standing ovations. They can't help it but rejoice. They all wanna follow me, cause I got my foot on the opposition neck and ain't no apologies. 100 yards, you know I own all the property. Daddy's home, you know I own all the property. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You gotta choose. You gotta choose. You gotta choose. You gotta choose.
Why would I ever have to cop a chain a game when the QB chain birthed most of chains in the game?
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Superdome here in downtown New Orleans. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Washington Commanders and the New Orleans Saints. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wild Card game. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They begin on the ground with Kamara. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Jameis to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line?
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Ballage. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Nine-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10. At about the 32. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Straight ahead, Gibson. Kentavious Street there on the stop. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And some room to work. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 1st down Washington on a pickup of 18.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Second down and a run by Robinson. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. A run here for J.D. McKissick. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
They'll run with McKissick. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Robinson up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Here's McKissick. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the 1st down at around the 22.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Able to connect with Dotson. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
Okay, 2nd and 1, you get nothing. What now on 3rd and 1?
Sorry about that. I was so excited I jumped in on you. This is almost like practice to me. Line it up and
he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Commanders will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Kamara up the middle. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
They'll run here with Balaj. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Again, it's Balaj. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Tackle made by Chase Young.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now this airmail to the sideline. It's incomplete. And there don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's 3rd down.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
Now Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chase Young tracks him down away in the backfield for a loss of 16.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. This is taken at the 15. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
A nice run right there. And we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of. And here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year. And look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn the pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll run again here with Robinson. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Wentz going to throw. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Wentz going to go on 4th down. Throw right side complete to Dotson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to give them a little bit of credit for fortitude there. 4th and inches, and they don't run the football. Normally you just wedge your way through, fall forward, find the yardage. They took a shot and put it in the air, and it paid off.
Maybe they saw the defense overcommitting?
A lot of confidence there, though, because even if they overcommit, you just want to make sure you get the first down. You throw an incompletion on 4th down there, they're going to second-guess you the rest of the game.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 59 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A carry now for McKissick. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Wentz to the sideline on 4th down. Joey Sly is out there now for the Washington field goal. This just 32 yards officially from the right hash. Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Second down and 3. To throw is Winston. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Montez Sweat. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. These two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. And all of a sudden, we've got a ball game. They get the touchdown, then on the kickoff, they get another touchdown, picking up the fumble, taking it to the house in just a matter of moments. 2 quick scores, Charles.
Every time we start to neglect special teams and big plays that occur off of them, something like this happens that reminds us we've got ourselves a game now.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Now this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights. I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They will run it. It's McKissick. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Handoff now to Robinson. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. Jamin Davis there to bring him down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Winston. On the slant, complete to Michael Thomas. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action now. Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward. And how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
This one taken in by Olave. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Well, Charles, what a rookie season he had catching the football, over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020, 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps as an impact guy here in year 1.
Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
They run it with Balaj, and he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw, Winston. Now they go screen. It's complete. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Saints have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Charles, we'll see how this offense responds. Remember, the last time they were out, they went for it on 4th down, did not get it, and that led to a touchdown on the other side. So they need a response here.
They certainly do, and I just have a question for you. You think that was a gut feel, or was that analytics that came into play there deciding to go for it on 4th down?
That felt like gut to me. What about you?
Yeah, absolutely, because the way it backfired, where they are in the game, all those things, that didn't feel like an analytics call. That certainly felt like, hey, I feel like we can get this right now. And unfortunately...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. J.D. McKissick. 73 yards. And the Commanders have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 17-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game? And a loose football. And he'll get a couple past the 20 to the 21. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. But the tide definitely seems to be turning. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Play fake. Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat. And if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Olave over the middle. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it fourth down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be fourth and short.
One quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Winston. Eluding the pressure right. Complete. It's Johnson. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Winston. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Chase Young picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb, and the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
On the give, here's Robinson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Second down at 7. They'll run with McKesson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 108 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. From the 5 now, second and a yard. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Robinson going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Again, it's Robinson. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. Now, I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right, where you are. That's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
Robinson is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the 4th quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 8. Robinson up the middle. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Here's McKissick. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee. Now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee. And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow. Talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to.
And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. And the Commanders come up with a late turnover, but it will probably. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more